This podcast is recorded on the land of the Burmadigal people of the Darug Nation, and we pay our respect to elders past and present. Hi everyone, my name is Ray, and welcome back to the Launchpad Radio, the podcast where we dive into the stories of entrepreneurs, innovators, and students who are making things happen. In today's episode, we will be featuring some of our outstanding students, plus a guest from the United Kingdom. So today we have with us Mr. Mason Harrop, a student startup founder, Launchpad ambassador, and budding entrepreneur. We have Mr. Ashish Nupane, who is a prominent student leader here at Western and an award-winning international student. And of course, we have Mr. Edward Shakles, a recent marketing and business graduate from the Keele University in the United Kingdom. So what brings everyone together? It's because we've all taken part in Launchpad's Venture Makers Global Exchange Program very recently, just this March. So this is a 2-week entrepreneurial program done in partnership with Western Sydney University and Kansai University of International Studies. So let's start with introducing everyone. Mason, would you like to begin? Just tell us what you study and what are some of your interests.
Okay, yep. So my name is Mason Harrop and I study a double degree, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Business. Some of my interests would be, tinkering with like mechanical parts, getting to know people, traveling the world and experiencing different cultures and learning more about business and one day starting my own business.
Okay, Ashish.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Ashish Nupane, and I'm from Nepal, so I'm an international student. I'm studying Bachelor's of Computer Science, but I completed my degree this semester, so I'm done with the Bachelor's. In terms of interest, just like you mentioned, I'm very much involved into student leadership and advocacy. I really enjoy that part. I'm passionate about helping international students and doing always social work. And yeah, I'm very much interested into technology as well and enthusiastic about new technology changes like ChatGPT, AI, and those kind of stuff. And yeah, my dream is to, once again, just like Mason's, have my own business back in home country, Nepal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Edward.
So I'm a recent graduate in marketing and business management. My interests, I kind of prefer the marketing side of my degree more than the management side. So yeah, I like advertising, kind of media, things like that. And unlike these two, I'm not sure if it's my dream to start my own business yet. I don't know. Maybe it will, come later in life. But at this time, I'm not sure. I only graduated 2 weeks ago, so give me a minute to figure it out.
Okay. Interesting. So what made everyone apply for the Japan program? Let's start with Edward this time.
Yeah, so I just saw it as a great opportunity. I love to travel, and I'd never even been to Asia, so I thought, what better opportunity is there where you can not only visit a new country, experience the culture, meet people from all different cultures when you're there as well, and also learn about business, the startup environment of the area. Yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer for me to apply, and it seemed like the process would be, you would have to interview and stuff, but not too hard to get onto. So yeah, I went for it, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I saw it as a great opportunity. And really a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Why not? Give it a go, right?
Exactly, yeah.
What about Ashish?
For me, it was first and foremost was to travel to Japan, like the opportunity to travel to Japan, because I'm a huge anime lover, especially One Piece. So that's one of the biggest reason. But apart from that, yes, I'm interested into entrepreneurship, technology and all, and Launchpad is built for this. So it was a pretty good one for me to learn about pitching, startup, innovation, and yeah. It was a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm. Mason?
Well, for me, I've always wanted to go to Japan, but I actually, before I applied, did not think I was going to get in at all. So I was never actually going to apply in the first place until last September. The Japanese students came to Western Sydney and I got to hang out with them a bit. And Lucy Lynn, who works in Launchpad, convinced me to apply. So she was the reason as to why I applied.
Well, thank you, Lucy, wherever you are today. Okay, so the Japan program was a 2-week, pretty intensive sort of course, but they did make sure that it was somewhat balanced. So there was lots of outdoor activities, workshops that weren't too intensive before we actually went to the main pitching part. So if I just want to get some reflections from everyone, what was your favorite thing you learned from the classroom, and also your favorite fun thing that they included in the program? I'll go first. My favorite, I think, classroom activity was when we did the cultural collaboration thingy, where they kind of really put us into perspective of how everyone has a really different point of view and we have to be understanding. And my favorite fun trip was probably the tour of Jam Base in Osaka. That's such a cool facility. Yeah. What about you?
From the class, I'd say the thing I enjoyed learning about the most. And you probably remember this because I was in the same group as Mason. It was the same kind of like cross-cultural communication, talking about how we could more easily like communicate with people from different languages, different cultures. And I basically realized everyone said to me, you're speaking English way too quickly for the non-English speakers. So they're getting like every other word. Yep. And I realized I had to like slow way down so they kind of understand it better. And I it may have been ignorant of me, but I genuinely didn't realize like that would be a problem. So that was my favorite thing from the class. And yeah, I like jam bass. I really liked Iwaji Island. That was a great day, especially the ballet. The ballet was great. Yeah, with all the Ukrainian refugees. Yeah, that was really like
that was
impactful.
Very touching. Very touching. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, most favorite activities in the classroom was the day when we learned about how to pitch, like the fundamentals of pitching and all, because
you are the star.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty good for me because it was the first time learning officially in the like learning environment, and especially in Japan. So that was one of my favorite activities in classroom. So outside of classroom, I would say yes, Awaji Island as well, and specifically the zip line part where we're going inside the dinosaur mouth, you know. So that was pretty good. So
for me, I think mine's pretty niche. I actually really enjoyed in class. I really enjoyed learning about context. We had a little activity where we kind of learned about tone and what particular things mean in the Japanese language.
Yes.
So one thing that stood out was when someone says in a Japanese household, especially in Kyoto, if they say, "Would you like green tea over rice?" it means it's time for you to leave. And I'll probably have to go with Ed and Ashish. Waji Island was probably the highlight of the excursions. I really enjoyed actually visiting the Persona Group headquarters. Yes. I think it was really interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so Mason and Ashish, you guys mentioned that you guys are interested in starting a business later on. How would you say this program has helped you like understand the world of entrepreneurs and startups? Has it made it more accessible or like just open your eyes in general?
Yeah, so for me, before joining this program and all, like, I just said that I want to start a business, but I didn't know anything about business. Like, what do I start? How do I start? What to do? Those kind of stuff. But once I got involved into this program, I got like bits and pieces of information about the things from startup founder to how to pitch, how to get funding, those kind of stuff. So it kind of gave me a clear overview of what should I do or what my next plan is after graduations or maybe in the next 5 years. So it was pretty good for me, like getting the foundations done.
Yeah, I think kind of similar to Ashish in a way that's like I've always wanted to start a business, but before Launchpad, I didn't necessarily have the self-confidence or the self-belief in myself to go for it. I think Launchpad kind of helped me understand that it's not as a far as goal as you'd like to think it is. Starting a business is something that anyone can do, and it's quite accessible if you have the right resources. Launchpad taught me those skills and taught me the foundations. And just like the other day, there was an event that was held that taught about business compliance, which I didn't know about until then.
Yeah.
So, it taught me the right skills and it gave me the right self-belief and the self-confidence to pursue it.
Totally. That's what Launchpad's for. Yeah. What about Edward? What did this program teach you about like starting a startup or a business?
Well, it's, I think for me, because I haven't done any kind of entrepreneurial studies before going, I'd had no kind of access to the world. So I was learning about things like elevator pitches and all these things like for the first time. So I was going in fresh compared to like some people had more experience. I mean, some people on the program had their own like profit-making like businesses already. I was very much not, in that category.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more just learning like the very basics. And I say to be able to do that in a foreign culture is good because it mixed not only the kind of global aspect of it, but also just, getting the foundations of what it's like to start a business.
Cool. Okay. So we got all the fluffy, positive stuff from you guys. Now, what was something that you think might have been what's one challenge that you think you might face when starting a business? Because as Mason said, like you can kind of start now at any scale, but like if you really want to grow it or do it now, what do you think are some challenges facing people and you in particular? Do you want to start?
Yeah, so maybe I think like if you have someone already experienced with you, like a mentor and all, then you can have a chat with them. They can guide you, right? But if you don't have them, you have to do everything on your own, then that might be one of the biggest challenge because you don't have enough expertise or knowledge into that particular area and you are learning by going forward. And in that process, there's high chances that you will be making lots of mistakes, maybe business loss, monetary loss, those kind of stuff. So I think that would be one of the big challenge.
Very risky going in blind, right?
Yeah, I think something that comes to mind is is money, having the right money to do it. Especially in Sydney, there's a bit of a cost of living crisis.
Very expensive city, yeah.
And, you know, obviously there's angel investors and VCs, but what comes with getting money from those people is what they want in return is maybe a percentage of the company. So if you want to get a good amount of money, if you want to start a business, it sometimes comes with something else in return. So yeah, I think for me, it'd be a money issue would be the hardest thing for me.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, just knowing myself, I think it'd be more personal. It would be I'd get over attached to my ideas, right? And so if an idea failed for a business, I'd be out of commission for months. You know, I'd be mourning the idea and that hadn't worked. I don't think I have that ability yet or that skill in myself to bounce back quickly, come up with a new idea, kind of recover. I think that would be my worst thing. If something went wrong, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So through the program, we did have like a taste of starting a business idea and then pitching it to investors. And everyone here is a winner. So we have the winners of Team Fujiko and Team Australia Pavilion. So I can say that you guys did overcome a lot of the challenges. But based on your reflection on like doing those processes, what do you think there's something if you went back you would change about the way you pitched your business or like the business model? Do you want to start?
Yeah, so I think one of the main things I would change, and we kind of sort of half started this process anyway, is oversimplify it even more than we already did. Because we had a kind of inherently, I'd say, confusing idea. It's like remember the blockchain company for food sourcing, like international food exports. It's pretty complicated. And we were pitching to a room of people who, a lot of them wouldn't understand technology. And I remember it was the day before we had to present it. We were like, oh, we've got to quickly like simplify this idea because we taught it to one of our the professors who were there. And she kind of half understood it but didn't really get it. But if I was doing it again, I'd like to, take another day to even simplify it down more, just so it's like layman's terms, everyone can understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a pitching thing. I think I am quite not yet there at understanding how to give an effective pitch in the way it's like memorizing a pitch. For a lot of my pitching journey so far, I just try and memorize everything. But something that I've learned from one of the Canadians in Japan was just to memorize dot points. And then from then on, you kind of improvise from those dot points. And that's a better way to get the message across. So that's kind of something I've been trying to do. Also, like talking to a wall, I think solidifies the idea more. So, yeah, that's probably mine.
Yeah, so for me, just like Mason said, I would focus on the pitching if I had one opportunity to go back and improve the thing. Because our idea was kind of good enough, so we didn't have to like simplify that or anything like that. But the way we presented, it was kind of, I would say, not to the exact point. Out of 100, I would say we did out of 80%. But still, so if we had a bit of time or we went back to the past, I would make it 100%.
Right.
Interesting. So everyone kind of had like a marketing kind of point of view. So like we need to improve the way we present the ideas.
Yeah.
I think for my team, the main thing I would go back and improve was really relook at the problem statement given by the Australian Pavilion, because I feel like we kind of missed a few of the points that they wanted. But pitching, I think, was okay from our end.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so that's all I wanted to ask about the Japan program. Clearly, it's been a good one. I'm still like, every day I think about it, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did all that in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So let's talk about some other fun stuff in Japan, because there was a lot more than just the program.
Of course.
So let's have a fun little game of Never Have I Ever Japan edition.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, first one. Never have I ever gotten lost at a Japanese train station.
I have.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
for me it was twice or thrice.
More than 3 times for me. Yeah. Every time I went to
I think it'd be
one,
harder to not get lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the first time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever ordered something I couldn't finish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
Every
did
meal.
that.
Every meal.
Yeah, we did that.
Every
Yeah.
meal?
Yeah.
Really?
Unless it was from 7-Eleven. Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
Wow.
It was cheap and more and good.
Yeah.
I think
We went to
for-
that dodgy
yeah.
restaurant in Dotonbori and we ordered that massive
Yeah.
dish.
Yeah, so we ordered like, I think 50?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
big,
Yeah,
huge.
takoyakis, and it was just way too much and we couldn't finish it. Yeah.
And they didn't allow us to take us back. as
Yeah,
well.
we couldn't take it back.
Yeah.
And we had to throw them huge amount. Yeah.
Interesting. Everything you didn't like Japanese food then?
I love the food. It's just
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the portions would be small, but like even just like getting like ramen and stuff, it's a huge bowl. Like
Yeah.
I'm not used to that kind of amount of food. But yeah, the 7-Eleven, the sandwiches, the the little drinks, all that I could handle. It's just the big
sure,
meals.
for
Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever pulled an all-nighter during the trip.
I have.
I haven't.
You're very lucky. Yeah.
They did for different reasons.
Yeah, we're just enjoying the culture of the area.
We can spare the details, don't worry.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, next one. Never have I ever gone on a never-ending tour in Japan.
A never-ending tour. What?
Just a tour that just went on.
Oh,
for
right,
too
yes.
long.
Yes, we have in
Yeah.
Kyoto.
Oh, it was
Oh my
free,
God,
so we
yeah.
can't really complain.
I
but-
haven't.
Oh, it was so long. It was 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too now.
Yeah.
Never have I ever relied on Google Translate this much before.
I
I have not.
You
You
have? Me never. But when did you use Google Translate so much?
So when we were in Macau,
Oh, in China.
in China, yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Never have I ever held up the register trying to figure out if I was holding a $1 coin or a 100 yen coin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have any British coins with me, so I only had Japanese coins. But I didn't know which number each of them represented. I still don't know the one with the hole.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
the one.
what is
What number
it?
is
Yeah.
the hole?
I think
That
that's
was me
50 yen.
every day. They were
Yeah.
so tired of me. Like,
That was-
get your
Yeah,
coins
yeah,
down.
And dropping the coins, I dropped the coins so much in the streets.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about like the friendship and connection stuff. So, in case everyone doesn't know, Edward has just come from UK to visit everyone in Sydney, and
yeah.
instead of doing a regular touristy thingy, he's here with all the friends he's made in Japan.
Yeah. Which is it's better. You know, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it more. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been 3 months since Japan, yet the group is still connected. So why do you think these bonds have lasted so long?
I'd say it's probably because the trip, it wasn't just a pure like trip where we were socializing. We also worked together, so we kind of formed bonds in like every sense. We were hanging out together every day, eating meals together, and we were also working on like tasks and coming up with our own business ideas
Yeah.
together. It's like every single aspect where you can kind of bond with someone and relate to them, we did on the trip.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that has caused me to brave the 30-hour day of traveling just to see these guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say more of a like-minded people. So
Mm.
we almost everyone had anything in common.
Right.
That is about learning new things and become an entrepreneur or something like that. So I think that's one of the biggest point. And another thing, just like you mentioned, vibe as well.
Yeah.
We went out, we spent time together, we became close friends, we walk around, those kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, like-minded and vibe. I think that's the biggest one for me.
Yeah, I think it's the experiences itself. Like being in Japan, there were a lot of highs, there were also a lot of lows, and I think when you're in a group, setting with other people and you experience those things together, it kind of creates a stronger bond. So yeah, I think the program was like perfectly designed to not just have an effective pitch and an effective team, but to make lifelong friends in that way.
Of course. Yeah.
Totally, yeah. So how has your trip to Australia been like so far?
I can't thank these guys enough. Really, I mean they've shown me what it's like to actually be like a local. So I'm not doing all just the down the line touristy stuff. I've seen loads of great national parks. I've been around all the suburbs. The day we went to the centre, it was really rainy, so I want to go back and actually do some of the touristy stuff. Maybe take the boat around near the harbour. But yeah, it's been great. I really, I'm indebted to them. It's been great.
Awesome. And how do you feel showing him a different side of Australia? Have you shown him the entrepreneurial side yet?
The entrepreneurial side, no.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be interesting actually, maybe to take him like startup hub in Wynyard or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, we've shown him more like, I guess, especially Western Sydney culture. So we've taken him to get like Lebanese pizza,
Yeah.
acai, those type of things. But that'd be interesting maybe to see the entrepreneurial side.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sure. And if you guys are ever coming to Fiji, let me know. And I know if I'm going to Nepal, I'll have someone to give me directions.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the UK.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, don't forget.
Don't forget the UK. I'll be taking that one very soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're towards the end of the podcast. I'll just be asking everyone to share a few final thoughts. So, like, as you said, that this was something that you had not originally planned to do. You didn't really have it in mind, oh, I'm going to go to Japan, learn this. You kind of put yourself out there. So there might be a few students out there who are, like, not really sure if they even want to go for it. What do you have to say to them?
Well, I suppose I would say, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I have no entrepreneurial experience really. I was very much underqualified, and if I can go and do it and get a lot out of it, and have a good time and learn so much, and still be hanging out with these guys now, months later, I think pretty much anyone can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think first of all, you make connections. You meet with like-minded people, and you build a connection, just like ours. You came from UK just to see us. So,
Yeah.
second thing would be like you learn something new, and you are making yourself strong and getting ready for it. No matter you want to start your own business, or no matter you want to go for a job after you graduate, because most of us were students, right? So, I think that experience counts really, really well in our maybe resume or LinkedIn profile. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, going to Japan is kind of like when life really began. I guess the good moments of life really began was when I went to Japan. Since I've been back from Japan, a lot of great stuff's happened due to Japan. As almost like a domino effect, Japan led into many other things, such as, student ambassador. I probably wouldn't have gotten if I didn't go to Japan. Ed's coming to Sydney. This wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have met Ed if I didn't go to Japan.
Yeah.
So a lot of great things have come from Japan, and I think it creates a really good domino effect for your life.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything that everyone said, but especially Mason. I think Japan was like a really big reset for me as well. When I came back, I felt so refreshed and everything was different.
Yeah.
And it was just a really life-changing experience for sure. I'd love to go again, especially with you guys.
Absolutely,
Of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
And really, really good friends throughout different
Yeah.
countries. Canada, India, and all. So it was a pretty good experience. And we had a diverse group as well.
Yeah.
Very diverse group. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for featuring on our podcast. It was so nice to catch up with everyone, firstly.
Of course. Yeah.
And secondly, just to hear your stories, see what you've learned, and how we could potentially inspire a future generation of entrepreneurs.
Right.
But we'll start with our current generation.
Gen Z.
Yeah, so everyone's LinkedIn's will be tagged in the blog post. So please do keep a lookout to see what these guys will be up to. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.